I don't think so.
Do we want any foreplay to chapter 10?
What kind of foreplay? Hey! Hey, no more ugly cries. That was chapter 9.
No,
Chapter 10 is a
I
new
wanna,
chapter.
Harry, I think we should introduce chapter 10 with ugly crying.
This will be the title of chapter 10, Ugly Cries.
The ugly cries of faith.
The ugly cries goodbyes.
Bye, Bone Rider. I don't know how many chapters are left in the book.
I don't either. Well, then, according to this, oh my god. According to my Kindle app, we have 12 hours and 52 minutes left in the book. Because we're 21% through, so we're not even halfway through Bone Rider yet.
Shit, we're gonna be with Bone Rider forever.
Yeah, we are.
We're married to Bone Rider now.
We just got engaged last night. I don't know if you know this.
So at this point, we know we're not doing this for the audience because we don't have one.
Right, we're just purely doing this for us.
We're just reading Bone Rider, and I'm excited about that more than anything else.
Right, exactly. So that's why, if anything, Ethan, this really takes pressure off us because this is just us having fun.
Mm-hmm. That's all it's ever been.
And that's all it's ever been. And you know what? If our audience doesn't respect that, then I don't respect them.
So, here, I'll go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and introduce the episode.
Okay.
Hey, Ethan, editing this 2 hours later. Welcome back to the Serving Pleasure Podcast. I'm you, Ethan Jesse.
And I'm me, Harry Yost.
And this is the podcast where you talk about trashy romance novels with your friend Harry Yost.
Hello. That is me, the friend Harry Yost.
That is me. I am friend.
I am friend. Hear me roar.
My tasty wet Tomodachi-san.
What?
Nothing.
Did you talk about Tamagotchis?
Yep, that's what I said.
I don't think I ever kept my Tamagotchi alive.
I never had one.
I was a bad Tamagotchi mom.
I know my Nintendogs are all dirty and ran away.
Oh, mine are probably definitely flea-ridden.
Mm-hmm. And I'm never going to help them.
I will never, ever either.
What? All right, Nintendo, listen up. When you bring back the next Nintendogs and dogs run away, have the system connect over Wi-Fi much like Animal Crossing used to and had, like, citizens move to other towns from that town. And have the dogs that run away go to owners that still play the game.
Wait,
and
I didn't Nintendo... Wait, they run away?
Yeah, if you don't come back and play the game for a while, your dogs get dirty and they run away. So you restart the game and your dog might not be there anymore.
So you have to start from the beginning?
You don't start from the beginning, but you can get other dogs. And eventually that dog could come back.
But then I'm stuck with a dog that I'm like, you left me. I've got another one that I don't take care of.
Yeah. It's messed up. Which is why Nintendo should have a system. There should be a rescue where you have to pick up a bunch of dogs that ran away from other people's games that all have meme names like Waluigi or Harambe and take care of them.
I think I had a wiener dog called Samson.
I had a Shiba, but I don't remember what its name is, and it was long before I got my dogs.
Like real dogs?
Yeah, because I have one Shiba upstairs, and I had another before that.
What?
Yeah.
See, mine. I'm pretty sure I got the Chihuahua one, and my.
First of all, it's Nintendogs, Chihuahua, and Friends.
Okay, thank you, Ethan. But if this was Chopped, you wouldn't be able to say the copyrighted name, right?
No one is listening to this.
You don't know that.
I'm the only one who's listening to this.
Hey, I listen to it too sometimes.
No, you don't.
That's true.
You hate the sound of your own voice. That's why I edit the episodes.
Maybe. Hey, but that's beside the point. The point is, I was on Facebook today. I'm totally changing the subject. I was on Facebook today.
This is why no one listens, because we don't read anymore.
We don't read anymore. But you know what? That's fine. Because...
Calling all Dwaynes was right. A lot of podcasts lose their main goal.
Colin Dwaynes?
Calling all Dwaynes.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
Yeah. It's a podcast started by another improviser. I told you about this. It's a podcast started by another improviser from Madison where their only goal is to get Dwayne The Rock Johnson to come on the podcast and talk to them.
I want to be part of this podcast because I also want to get Dwayne The Rock Johnson to come talk to me.
I want to work on a crossover with them, but I'm figuring it out.
Hey, just send them the Duchess of Love episodes where we just keep talking about Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and then they will know that we are kindred spirits.
He said he listened to our podcast. I don't know why he stopped.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson listened to our podcast?
No, not fucking Dwayne The Rock Johnson. That man is too busy. He's the highest paid actor in Hollywood.
Is he really?
Yeah. It just came out in a report, like, last month.
Dwayne The Rock I'm proud of him.
Yeah.
Dwayne, going places. Hey, whatever.
Are you reading? You're reading this one. This one's on you.
Alrighty.
Because there are no System 6 chapters anymore.
Because now System 6 and Riley.
Yeah.
Together. Bone Rider. That's disturbing.
They're scissoring?
Oh, Ethan. Let's keep this PG.
What about this is PG?
Let's keep it PG, okay?
Chapter 6 was straight boning. Actually, it wasn't straight boning. That was a bad joke. That was a terrible joke. I'm sorry. I'm going to cut that out.
And on that note, Bone Rider, Chapter 10. Somewhere in the middle of Die Hard 4, Riley decided he had plenty of time to not think, and any more not thinking would definitely qualify as brooding. Did he have like a Die Hard marathon? I didn't even know there were 4 Die Hards.
They fell like 6 Die Hards.
Really?
You keep reading. I'm going to look up how many Die Hards there are.
Okay. That was usually the point when he turned to work, exercise, or drink. Thanks to his post-Misha twitchiness, he was currently unemployed, so work was out. He wasn't comfortable leaving behind his truck in order to take off on a long run, not under the circumstances, and he didn't have the patience to go find a gym. Drink won by default. It helped that Riley's stomach had calmed down enough to go from queasy to hungry. Dinner, then. Ideally, followed by something alcoholic or chocolatey, but preferably alcoholic, or both. You could get a chocolatey alcohol thing.
Yeah.
Riley, we're really not thinking things through.
The only thing that Eric drinks, as far as I have heard.
Chocolatey alcohol things?
Yeah.
That's the way to live your life, though. That's delicious. Like chocolate martinis, chocolate, milk.
I'm glad that's all you could come up with. Also, there are 5 Die Hard movies.
There are 5! Oh my god, he's got one. Riley has one more. He'd been invaded by an alien. More than enough reason to skip the brownies and go straight for the tequila.
Oh, come on, dude. Dude, just eat the brownies.
Just eat the brownies. Or you know what? There are plenty of things that can go in brownies that can still give you the effect that you want.
Yeah. Like alcohol.
Like alcohol. Instead of putting milk in your brownies or oil in your brownies or whatever you make brownies with, put the tequila in there.
That's not how cooking works.
That's how cooking works. That's how baking works, right?
Just dip the brownies in tequila and eat them.
I think that sounds amazing.
Put the brownies in the bottom of your tequila glass. Because you're going to drink a whole glass of tequila.
A whole glass of it. Or just do like a kind of like a root beer float kind of thing. But like, instead of the root beer, it's tequila.
And instead of the ice cream, it's brownies.
So doing what you had said, just put a brownie in a glass. Anyway, El Paso was a border town, and this was the gray area.
Fuck you, El Paso.
We just lost all of our El Paso listeners now, Ethan. Thanks.
I'm not from El Paso.
We're sorry, El Paso.
I'm not.
Between the suburbs and the great wide open, reserved for passers through, there was bound to be plenty of bars close to the motels and gas stations that lined the highway ramps. Riley briefly entertained the idea of just buying a bottle of Jack and getting nice and hammered in the privacy of the motel room, but discarded the notion almost instantly. Why? Oh. Okay, right on.
That's when you have questions, the thing that you should do is keep reading.
He didn't need alcohol so much as company. Human company, no matter how oblivious. And he needed to be out and doing something. Anything. Shoot the shit with a friendly guy, play a game of pool or darts, listen to crappy jukebox music, whatever. For a man who'd spent most of his life on his own, he was really fucking bad at being alone with his thoughts. Or not, as this case happened to be. Which brought him back to his squatter, who'd been suspiciously quiet for a while now. Hey, he muttered warily. You still there?
Yeah.
came the answer immediately. Then, unhappily,
Are you going to keep calling me a squatter forever?
no, Riley assured him amiably. 'Cause you ain't gonna be here forever, right? He was prepared for the other shoe to drop then, for his passenger to say something along the line of, yeah, about that, but the alien surprised him with a heartfelt,
Oh, hell no. It's just, I want a name. Everything and everyone who counts has a name. People have names, pets have names. I want one too.
you don't have a name? Riley frowned, realizing he hadn't even bothered to ask before. Of course, he'd been a little distracted by the fact that he had an alien in his head, but still, his mama wouldn't have approved. Well, what did your previous victim call you?
Host, not victim.
The alien corrected sourly.
I'm proud to have been chosen as such, thank you very much. He was a volunteer and had to pass a very thorough screening to be even allowed close to me.
It must have sensed Riley's interest, because he could have sworn it moved slightly in him, the minuscule shift in position eliciting a weird slithering sensation deep in his body. It kind of made him want to puke. So, hey, yay! So he tried not to think about it too much. His unwanted passenger seemed to pick up on his discomfort anyway, because the movement stopped.
System 6.
It told him quietly.
That's what they called me. There were 6 of us, originally. I was the last one out of the lab. We were experimental armor systems, prototypes. They made us different, but we were all created to be adaptable, so we'd be able to adjust to our host's body and personality. The idea was that armor and hosts would enhance each other, but we were still primarily considered tools. We didn't get names, just numbers.
Well, don't take this the wrong way, Riley said cautiously, but we don't normally name our tools either.
I'm not a tool. I'm artificial intelligence. I'm aware. I feel.
The voice was upset now, which Riley thought was pretty unfair because it was hard to keep your emotional distance to something that sounded so distressed, especially considering it had introduced itself to him wearing Misha's face. I forgot about that. Creepy. They would have to talk about that too, because it had been a mindfuck in more than one sense. Hey! Sometime soon, but not right now. Riley wasn't ready to have that conversation yet. The name thing was less traumatic and more easily resolved. So pick a name, he suggested, getting up to collect his stuff from the bathroom and shove it back into the duffel bag. Even though he planned on coming back, he felt too edgy to leave everything behind. This is your chance, and make it a good one, because you don't get a do-over.
Why not?
The alien seemed confused, but hopeful, and definitely considering his idea. Because that ain't the way it works, Riley explained firmly. He sniffed yesterday's t-shirt and recoiled. Stress, sweat, and highway dirt. Yeah. Not a good mix. I'm gonna make that cologne for like Hollister.
Stress, sweat, and highway dirt.
Oh my god. Hey boys, we have this new scent just for you.
This smells like my dad.
Gross. Moving on. Off into the laundry bag with it. Unless you're a criminal, or running from criminals. Or your name is so fucking stupid you gotta change it in self-defense. But generally, you stick with what you got. So pick a name, and then we'll go celebrate.
My name's Shitfuck, and I'm proud.
Again, something shifted inside of him. A little shimmy of what Riley was starting to recognize as excitement.
Well, I can choose my own name?
Well, ain't like you got a mama or a papa to do it for you.
When did Riley get so country?
I'm just feeling it. I'm just doing what feels right. Like, what feels natural? Like, if I were Riley Cooper, who would I be? I'd be country. And I'm, like, trying to talk like how I used to talk when I played with my Ken dolls back in the day. Yeah. So I'm getting, like, a little nostalgic over here. Don't mind me. Riley said reasonably.
Oh, yeah.
And that shit ain't gonna do it.
That's the shit that I need, you know, and fuck my Ken dolls, yeah.
Hey, you know what? Aaron Carter and I... My Aaron Carter Ken doll and I? Just kidding. No, I would make entire Barbie communities that, like, they were all having affairs with each other. They were all, like, murdering each other. It was essentially like watching Days of Our Lives or Passions in Barbie form. Because I would watch Days of Our Lives or Passions when I was a kid, and then I would go play with my Barbies, and I'd be like, oh my god, this is what happened in that episode.
That's just reenacting episodes with Barbies.
Just... Hey, and I had a little bit of imagination, and I did my own thing.
Okay.
You know what, Ethan?
Okay.
It wasn't just reenacting. It was using as inspiration.
Okay.
I was inspired.
Okay.
God, okay. Well, you know what? Riley, sure as shit, ain't gonna do it and get bitched at if you don't happen to like it. So yeah, knock yourself out. There was silence for a while, but it was the kind of intense, thinking so hard your brain is breaking silence that came with important, once-in-a-lifetime decisions. Riley didn't have the heart to grab his jacket and hat and leave the room while his squatter pondered. He just stood there like an idiot and waited.
Oh, that's a really good visual. He's just like,
I like him like sitting in the middle of the room, just like staring at a wall, like,
You done yet?
like, are you good? What's going on?
Like you're kind of standing and staring at the microwave, waiting for it to be done.
Yeah. Like a little slouched, glazed expression, like, I don't know. He might not be overjoyed to be carrying around an alien, but sharing his body with the critter meant he was very invested in same critter's happiness. A happy alien might be less inclined to do nasty things to his innards.
I'm not gonna do nasty things to you, damn it.
The alien muttered, distracted, but still alert enough to catch Riley's reasoning.
Not the painful kind, anyway.
Whoa. Whoa.
Forward.
Super forward.
System 6 is very, very forward. The first thing he did to Riley was have sex with him in his brain. That's pretty forward.
That's, like, I think is the most forward that you can get.
That you could ever possibly be. Didn't even say hi.
His first impression was mind-fucking Riley.
Yeah.
In the form of his former lover, apparently. That I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Riley was going to have to learn to think more quietly, because the last bit made his stomach flip in an entirely unexpected way, and his dick hardened hopefully.
My dick is full of hope.
Please, pick me!
But it always gets picked last.
And annoyed the ever-loving hell out of him. Pick a fucking name, he snapped, reaching down to adjust himself impatiently. Goddamn Misha for getting his body so used to regular sex. He had no self-discipline left. It was humiliating. Also, what does he mean by regular? Probably like sex on the regular. But I like how it's like so used to regular sex. Like, what kind of sex were you having before?
Only freaky dicky shit.
The weirder the better.
Hanging upside down from a tree by a bungee cord.
Going underwater and holding my breath until I can no longer.
In a grotto shoving sea urchins up my asshole.
Oh my
like
god.
Like that.
Good.
Oh, it's my line.
Yeah.
I want a good name.
The alien told him, wisely choosing not to comment on his problem.
That's gonna be my name, and you said I only have one shot at it.
Riley threw up his hands in resignation and sat his ass down on the bed. Might as well get comfortable. No girly names, he advised, idly picking a piece of dried grass from the brim of his hat. Except if you are a girl. He paused, alarmed. Are you a girl?
Ewy, gross!
Ew, cooties! Now girls alone!
Cooties on my bones!
God, these are girl freebone. It didn't sound like a girl, and it definitely looked male in his dream, but Riley figured that didn't mean much when it came to alien armor systems. The thing was probably asexual or transsexual or whatever. Or it could change its sex. Or it was gonna lay eggs into Riley's belly like some kind of spider so his young could devour him from the inside out, and a ripple of movement under his skin made him break out in goosebumps.
Stop it!
His passenger demanded, sounding thoroughly disgusted.
Well, that's revolting. I'll be checking you and me for eggs now, thanks.
Sorry, Riley muttered, chagrined. So maybe he wasn't entirely convinced of the alien's good intentions. Could you blame him? It was an alien!
It's an alien!
He shook himself, trying to focus on the issue at hand. Okay, boy names or girl names?
I don't know.
The passenger replied, still a little testy.
Not like I have a dick. Or a pussy.
God.
I feel male. Maybe because you're male. I don't know. Can we just assume I'm a guy and go with it?
Fine by me. Riley slapped his hat against his knee to dust it off, and trying not to let on how glad he was that he was at least possessed by a male alien. It It was plenty disconcerting, but still better than sharing his body with a woman. Oh,
women, gross.
Women are disgusting. He might be gay, but that didn't mean he was ready to explore his or anybody else's feminine side. That kind of thing wasn't even pretty in shitty C movies.
Hey, C movies are fine.
Are those like when you get like worse than B movies?
Yeah. You know what? I don't even know what those are. I don't have an example for you.
Of a C movie?
Yeah.
I don't even know. McClane.
Click is a B movie. That's my line. McClane.
Sorry, I just said it. I was like, oh god. The alien said, apropos.
Muck-Kudain.
What?
Muck-Kudain.
Apropos of nothing.
Apropos.
Apropos. Shit. See, this is what we were talking about earlier. I think I know how to pronounce words, and then they come and I'm like, oh god.
Apropos.
Apropos. Okay.
My mom said I'm not apropos to do that.
When my mama says something. Instinctively, Riley turned his head and checked the TV set. It was off. Apparently his spotter had caught the stray thought about movies and run with it. He shook his head. Name first, TV later. Come on, I want to get out of here. Sometime this year.
I'm talking about my name.
The alien shifted, and it felt like a tongue stroking Riley's sternum.
I don't like that.
From the inside.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
It was a surreal sensation.
McClane's a good name. It's a hero name. Also male. I want to be McClane. He's funny, smart, and invincible. Shut up, he's cool.
Little boy. I want to be McClane.
He's cool. I want to be John McClane.
He's a hero, and I like it.
He's got a big dick, and nobody will ever beat him.
And he's got a bald head.
He's got a big.
It's Bruce Willis, right?
Yeah, it's Bruce Willis.
Okay, cool. In all 5 movies, was it Bruce Willis?
Yeah.
Wow.
He doesn't do a lot.
I haven't even seen Die Hard, in all honesty.
I've never seen it either.
Kind of want to.
Probably should for this. Nah.
Right. It took Riley a second to make his brain work in order to answer it. He was still trying to decide whether the not like had felt intensely good or extremely disturbing. McClane's not real, he argued once he was coherent again. He's a movie character. He's make-believe.
All names are make-believe.
Oh! Social construction. The alien made another of those little shrug movements. Riley was almost getting used to those. The lick had been good and disturbing. Good in a disturbing way.
Focus.
McClane told him. Don't lick me again, Riley ordered, rubbing his chest to get rid of the lingering impression of that touch. The alien promptly repeated the move.
You liked it.
God. That was like, Ethan, I was not prepared for that. It purred when Riley shuddered in reaction. What?
Think I was?
It purred when Riley shuddered in reaction, then it added more seriously.
I don't care he's a movie character. I like the name. I like having a name. Makes me more than just a chunk of metal. It says I get to have choices like everybody else.
It was getting passionate about this, and Riley found he couldn't blame it.
I don't want other people to decide I'm going to be destroyed just because I didn't meet their expectations. I'm alive. I'm real. I may never be completely free, but I can pretend.
Hard to disagree with that. McClane's a good name, Riley admitted, giving in gracefully. And I swear, we'll find you someone who will treat you right. In the meantime, he stood up, donned his hat, and grabbed his bag. I'll buy us a drink. Or 10. Having a conversation with McClane was like arguing with a drunk Russian.
You fucking liked it.
The alien repeated smugly.
You like me. I'm awesome.
Don't lick me again.
Fuck you. You fucking...
You like me.
You fucking...
I like how this, like... Oh, God. Anyway. It's like a high school boy in there. They left Riley...
It kind of is. Like,
it
the
is.
only English that it's learned is from, like, Riley and watching Die Hard.
That's why, like, of course you're going to choose McClane. Riley just watched 4 freaking Die Hards.
That's like 6 hours of Die Hard.
That's a shit ton of Die Hard. Oh, God. They left Riley's bag in his truck and found a bar on Mesa Street.
That's how you pronounce Mesa.
Heyo. A grungy roadhouse long past its prime. The neon letters in the window advertising Budweiser beer were buzzing weakly, and the plaster was peeling from the facade to show the cheap flakeboards beneath. But it was within walking distance from the motel. The music flooding through the door into the street was good, and the smells coming from the kitchen even better. Riley took a moment to scan the parking lot, taking in the scattered crowd of bikes and battered trucks. Looked like it was his kind of place. Better yet, it was the kind of clientele that would make Misha's men stick out like a sore thumb. Those Russians were East Coast city boys, all understated chic and expensive shoes. One step in here and everybody would be staring at them. Best early warning system available. Misha could go fuck himself. Riley was getting shit-faced tonight.
Are you gonna tell me about Misha sometime?
McLean asked as Riley stepped over the threshold into the dim, smoky barroom. Nothing to tell, Riley murmured, distracted. Kitchen to the right, bar in front. Restrooms in the back, behind two scuffed pool tables. Wooden dartboard in the left-hand corner, peppered with slotted knife marks. Oh my god. Booths along the walls, tables clustered haphazardly throughout the room. Not much space to maneuver, but none this wasn't a dancing kind of place. It was clean enough, meaning there were no obvious cockroaches scuttling about, and the air was thick with the smells of smoke, food, and spilled beer rather than puke and piss.
That still doesn't smell very good.
God, Riley, you're interesting. Johnny Cash was playing on the jukebox at a decent volume. It was still early and most of the customers were busy eating, which suited Riley fine. He hadn't realized just how hungry he was until he smelled the grease. McLean shifted around him like a muscle flutter when Riley slid into a free corner booth and reached for the menu. What are you so excited about? Riley muttered, careful not to move his lips too much. Also, why does he even have to talk aloud?
He doesn't. I don't think Riley has figured out that McLean can read his thoughts. Which makes him pretty stupid.
Six McLean.
It's his name. I'm not gonna call him by his slave name.
But yeah, I don't think that it's obvious. McLean was just asking him if he was going to tell him about Misha. Well, clearly McLean knows about Misha because he can read your thoughts. So there's no reason to talk loud.
I don't know.
Anyway, okay. So what are you so excited about? Riley muttered, careful not to move his lips too much. No reason to scare off the waitress. Seeing as McLean had picked up on his thoughts before, Riley figured he didn't actually have to speak out loud to communicate with the alien. But the idea made him uncomfortable.
Okay.
Talking to himself might make him look crazy, but having a conversation with a disembodied voice in his head felt a lot worse.
Well, nothing, really.
McLean claimed. Riley raised an eyebrow skeptically and waited, keeping his gaze firmly on the menu. McLean broke satisfyingly fast.
Alien food.
He whispered, sounding both thrilled and a little uneasy.
It smells weird.
He added, a tad sheepishly.
Is it good? Do you think I'll enjoy it?
Frankly, Riley hadn't thought about it until now. He kept forgetting that, for the creature hiding in him, Riley and his world were as strange and probably as terrifying as the other way round. Everything was a matter of perspective. I guess we'll find out, he said quietly. But if you're anything like me, you'll love the nachos. Did he ever? End of chapter 10.
Adorable.
Cute.
Such a cute.
McLean was like, nachos, 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 nachos. That's how I feel when it comes to nachos.
That's frightening.
That was pretty frightening.
If I got nachos with you and you started doing that, I would leave. And you can have fun paying. Ugh.
If I did do that in public, I would also be like, I don't know her.
I don't know me.
Get away.
I don't know anything about me.
She's crazy for nachos.
All right, Ali, how did you feel about this chapter?
I would give the chapter 2 bigots.
Did you say 2 bigots?
2 baguettes.
2 bigots.
I'll give it
Just
2 bigots.
Hanging out at a rally.
That's how I would describe this chapter.
No, this chapter was good.
You thought the chapter was good?
It was alright.
I think that, is, I thought chapter 9 was way more exciting because, again, you're, like, learning about this alien species. It's funny, like, that sci-fi stuff I think is way more exciting.
It's so cool.
It's so cool.
It's why we fell in love with the book in the first place.
Right? It's such good imagery, such good description, like, everything going on. And then you get these Riley and McLean things, and it's just kind of, like, it's good, but...
It slows the pace down a lot.
What?
It slows the pace down.
It does slow the pace down, and I think I'm just excited, and I hope the next chapter we're going to go back to Misha. Because,
yes. Because
that was a cool story.
It's been, like, 4 chapters, but for us it's been maybe 4 months?
6 weeks. Yeah. Yeah.
That's why it's going to take us 21 hours to read the rest of this book.
12 hours and 44 minutes.
We're slow readers.
Slow readers. And it doesn't help when I have, like, allergy attacks in, like, the middle of reading. I'm like, oh, God. Yeah. I think it's because I saw your cat, and then my body instantly was like, nah.
No.
I can't go on anymore.
Most millennials act around children, if you know what I'm saying.
No. Yes. Yeah. How millennials act around children? Oh, yeah, I am allergic to children. I understand. Now I understand.
Now everything makes sense.
I understand. Maybe that's why. Maybe there's a child lurking somewhere in my midst, and that's why I'm all of a sudden
crawling on your bones right now, ready to burst from your womb like alien.
Spontaneous conception, and
just like Jesus.
I am the Virgin Harry, after all. The Virgin Mary of the 21st century. That should be my Halloween costume. No, it shouldn't. That could get real offensive real quickly.
Why does that stop you from doing anything?
You act like I offend people all the time.
Yeah, me and my delicate sensibilities.
Hey, you know what? I'm just making you stronger.
I'm so strong. I'm just like John McElrain.
John McClane. Look.
I can do that.
You can do that.
I am Chinese.
Let's just shave your head and make it the new Bruce Willis. I'm going to make a Die Hard, but we're going to call it Spy.
Die Medium.
Spy Medium.
Die Medium.
Die Medium. Die a little easy.
Die at a regular pace.
Die, hopefully not.
Die when it's time, you know?
Time, it's inevitable.
Die when you need to.
Die when it feels right.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm not gonna die when it feels wrong.
But, like, there's gonna become a time when we're like, you know what? It feels right to die right now. Boom.
Die!